It's the Joel Shit Show featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So, yesterday I did a lot of things, but we're going to focus on one thing for the purposes of internet television, or whatever you call this. I played at the Peppermill because that's where I am, live on location, Reno, Nevada, Tuscany Tower, room number 81611. First up, I had to use up my stupid coupons that paid 2-to-1 for a suit of blackjack and diamonds or spades, and I actually was able to get both. And the extra $50 that each coupon got me kept me from breaking even because I ended up winning $100 in the session. So hooray for that. So that did not make up for the money I lost yesterday, but it helped a little. And I used my $5 off a $10 Keno ticket coupon, and I had to get 6 out of 15 numbers, and I got 2, so I did not win there. And I had a $10 match play in the sports book, so I took the Sharks and the under, so of course Detroit won 7-1. Pretty obvious, but then again, maybe I just wanted the Sharks to play another game at home in this series. I don't know. I always pick the wrong side when I have a match play coupon for sports betting. I don't know. Just lucky, I guess. So then I also had a $50 match play in the arcade, so I now have $200 on my swipe card for the arcade at the Peppermill Arcade Extreme. They still have Beat Mania. Played a couple of games. Did alright. Going to play a little more, although I'm not really sure when, but I'm going to find a way. Also, then I went to the poker room to play some poker before I had to start my shift at Yahoo. And there was 4-8 and 15-30s. I said, okay, I always play the highest limit that they have because I don't usually get to play a high limit game. But I won't wait for a seat. So I was going to take the 15-30, but they just filled it up. So I took the 4-8 instead. Turned out to be a pretty good decision. I was not getting a lot of hands, but I was doing well with the hands I was being dealt, which is the best of both worlds, because when you stay in a hand, you win, so that was nice. It was a 4-8 with a half kill, so it goes to 6-12. There was a stretch where I won 4 hands in a row with pretty mediocre things. I had a win on the button, I had a win. I raised pre-flop with a good hand, probably kings or something. And then I won on the big blind and the small blind, because I flopped 2 pair or a straight. And then on the button, I won another hand with some other holding. So suddenly I won like $130 in like 4 hands. So that was nice. Then nothing for a while. So my image is really tight. My image is aggressive when I have cards, and people have a really good table image of me. So that's a good setup. Then a tournament started at 4 o'clock, and the game didn't break up, but we got shorthanded. So we were down to 6 people. And I've got my notes here, and I did that on purpose because there is nothing worse than someone telling a story about a poker hand, and then they get it wrong. So I've got it right here, so that way, when I tell you the story, it makes sense. So we're 6-handed now, and I'm in the cutoff. And when you're 6-handed, you can start to loosen up your starting requirements. There are 2 ways to look at it. The easy way to look at it is pretend you're in a 10-handed game with the first 4 people folded. The more accurate way that I look at it is there's just different kinds of hands that you can play when there's fewer people at the table. Because everyone's mindset has changed a little bit at a short-handed table because they know, oh my God, the game might break up. I don't want to do anything that's going to cause more people to leave because then I'm going to have to leave. Or maybe they'll break up another game and bring the extra players over here or something. So, here's what happened. I'm in the cutoff and I get dealt 9-7 offsuit. Now, I have a list of hands I will play in a short-handed game. It's a little longer than the list I would play in a regular full game. And at the very bottom of the list is 9-7 offsuit. That's about as bad of a hand as I'll play. It's a very boring average hand. But if you get out when the flop doesn't hit you the right way, then you're not really punishing yourself by playing it. So, let's see. This is why I need the notes to tell the story right. Tell the story right. Alright, so the guy under the gun and the guy after him call. Next guy folds. I call. Button calls. One of the blinds calls. So We have a flop with 5 people in the hand. And it is 8, 10, 5 with 2 hearts. So I have a straight draw, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's also 2 hearts on the board I got to worry about because I do not have a heart. So the small blind bets, and then the big blind calls. I call. The button raises. Everyone calls to me. So now everyone's got 2 bets in the pot. There's 4 people with 2 bets in the pot, and I have 1 bet in the pot, so I can close the bet in. Now, if I raise, then everyone has to call 1 bet. And now there's another 5 bets in the pot. 6 bets technically, but 4 of them are not mine. And I like getting the extra 4 bets for my 1 bet in the pot, because I have to call up 1 bet anyway. So it's really 4 to 1. Now my 4 to 1 to make my straight, I'm better than 4 to 1 to make my straight. Now if a heart hits, yes, then I've got problems, because what am I going to do if I get my straight and there's a flush on the board? Then I got to be worried. Now just because there's 3 of a suit on a board doesn't mean someone has a flush, but of course that's the easiest way for someone to have one. So I suppose the easiest way is to have 4 on the board and have 1 person holding 1, but the board doesn't have 4 of one suit very often. So anyway, I re-raise to make it 3 bets. And everyone's like, what? Because I just called the first time. Remember, the small blind bet out, and then there was calling, and then the button raised. So then everyone calls, and then I re-raise. So what the fuck is that, right? So that kind of, everyone's eyebrows go like that. Just one of them. Maybe if they're left-handed, then this eyebrow goes up. So the button does not like me. I did something earlier that pissed her off. I don't know. She re-raises to make it 4 bets. Now, she's not isolating, because everyone's going to call only 2 bets when the pot's this large now. And so that means she must think she has the best hand. So I'm looking at the board and I think, well, she probably has top set. She probably thinks I have 2 pair, because I have shown 2 pair several times. And re-raising with 2 pair is the kind of thing that people do at a 4-8 game. You think you're building a pot and you're hoping for a full house, I guess. I had done that earlier, I didn't succeed. So, I mean, that could be what she thought. So she's like, I have a set, and I've beaten him with 2 pair earlier, so maybe with a set, so maybe I could do it again. So she makes the 4 bets. The small blind calls, the other guy folds to 2 more bets, and I call. So now we've got 4 players in the pot.